of our triple header today for the Pentakill League. We've got the Voidwalkers and the Shadow Isle Horsemen today. I'm Kev. I'm back with DepressionMain. And Volaren will be joining us as well. How are you guys doing?
Great.
I'm doing good.
I'm so hyped for this game. We had a great game that just happened that Volaren just participated in. So, we're going straight into this one. Let's look at the picks. Anything that stands out to you guys? I like the soul.
Yeah,
the
Aurelion Soul right off the bat.
That not something you see every day. Yeah.
I would say Veigar as well, but I just saw Veigar.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but that's going to be really fun mid.
They might walk into the bush here.
They're starting right off the bat.
Lots of stuns coming down. Big plays by Invisa there. Getting caught by Kraken Skulls. Here we go. Aurelion Soul, massive stun. They're moving in. Are they going to do the level 1? Ignite comes down. Flash comes out. Sivir picking up first blood with a massive Q.
Wow. I might be the only person that knows this just because it happened personally to me, but that's the second first blood that Abstract has gotten with a straight Q. The second time that's happened this season. It happened against
I was also gonna say that this is the double diamond jungle game, right? And then immediately they start doing level 1s.
Yeah.
A little bit of trading happening here in the top lane as Dewitz and Zergrush Joe go head to head.
You know what's crazy? This might be one of the most even teams in terms of rank in each lane.
You're right.
Yeah, because I think everybody's relatively around the same skill level to their lane opponent.
So this should be peak League of Legends.
Yeah, it should be, or it'll be just like any other game.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're like, all right, the diamond players are going to show us what it means to be pro junglers. Show us true macro.
This game will be the most jungle diff game we have ever seen in our entire lives.
Yeah, it's possible. Two interesting picks, I think, in the jungle: the Poppy and the and by the way, the Tissue Box. From watching him play, I really respect this Poppy. Maybe aside from the Shaco, I haven't really seen him play Shaco, but I know he's a Shaco one trick. I've seen his Poppy; it is scary. So I'm looking forward to what he's gonna do on that. Any other kind of iconic picks? I mean, I guess DJ Steve is playing Leona again for the second game. He popped off last game. He got 5 kills or something early on in the game as Leona.
I like that they took away Abstract's Caitlyn. We did see that huge Caitlyn ult kill in the last game he played.
Huge Caitlyn ult kill. Yeah, so not even just that, but he had a great game in general on the Caitlyn there.
Yes, he did.
Oh my god, the hooks.
A little bit of hook there.
Let's see how many hooks Kraken Skulls
That's 2.
I was gonna say doesn't miss, but I guess hits, right? Yeah, because that's.
I mean, we would need a dedicated lane cam.
No, it's okay.
Could be.
I'm sure director camera will take us over.
If a hook whiffs in the forest,
it didn't happen. Yeah.
We're not gonna count it. We're not gonna count it if we see it.
It's funny because directed camera will probably only take us there if it hits. You know? So an early gank maybe coming from the heck around. Poppy's up here.
Poppy's close by. Zergrush Joe taking a little bit of poke, a little bit aggressive here in the positioning, but Poppy's close by. A flash early. He's gonna get some spin to win out. Poppy getting a stun off.
Oh my god, taking so much damage.
Garen just didn't come back.
Nine's here. That's a big stun. Flash from Dewitz Mafia. Tupac's caught out, but a big flash after his E procs to get him out of there. He is, in fact, on fire. But puts it out and walks off.
They get a lot of summoners there. Oh,
here comes the dive. Big stun. Knocks him out. 9rain taking one too many tower shots. Falls.
2.
And there is a second kill onto the Tissue Box from Tupac had no GA. Massive jungle diff.
Dude, a great Aurelion Soul roam right off the bat, but it just they try to take a little too much.
Director camera did Kraken Skull's dirty there, coming back to his lane as soon as he misses it. I will say, funnily enough, they just changed teleport, right? So you could only TP to the towers. So it's pretty much only useful for defending the dives, right? And obviously going back to your lane. But it's pretty much only useful for defending the dives, and that's exactly what Invisa did, right? Just TP to the top lane to help defend his team on a dive.
The Tissue Box coming in really fast here with the Predator. A little bit of damage coming down on Invisa. He is out of mana, probably not enough for the stun.
I don't think they want to re-dive after what just happened.
Yeah. One thing that's really good for Inviza right now is that he's survived the early laning phase having flashed down, right? That's one thing that really sucks about getting invaded and dying, is like normally you flash, you know, when you get invaded and you kind of get like surprised on, and you tend to like sometimes die on the follow-up ganks because they know your flash is down. So yeah, the fact that it's almost back up and you know he's going back to lane and he hasn't died since then, that's pretty good. Pretty good for him.
Farm pretty even on everybody except for in the bot lane here, where we have a 15 farm difference in favor of the Caitlyn over Sivir.
Hey, but that's okay. Sivir got first blood, right?
Yeah.
It's all right.
There's like a 4 minion differential
there.
Ooh,
stops the back of the Caitlyn here. Sivir doing a lot of damage.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
DJ Steve stepping up to sort of tank some of that extra damage coming down.
Another Q? Oh,
and just barely gets out of there.
Yeah, it wasn't for first blood, so it didn't connect. That's the problem.
Yeah, you don't see a ton of
They're doing dragon now.
You don't see a ton of Sivir lately, so sometimes it's easy to forget how much damage she can do really quickly. Because that was a lot. That looked like a lot.
I don't know that they saw Hecarim top, but
we saw 11 things come down on top of him, so I'm gonna have to assume that they did.
Yeah, just pushing away the bot lane is enough to take the Hextech Drake. Are the rates for Drake still higher for Hextech and Chem Drake?
They are no longer.
Cool. I believe the preseason is over.
Cool. Could we get some timers, by the way? Thank you.
And Zergros Joe just getting picked up there by a gank from Inviza. Tupac had no GA was also present, but unneeded, as plate goes in favor of 9 Rain and to Tissue Box in mid.
All right.
Shutdown appearing already on the Malphite there, who is now 2-1. Lots of armor going to be built there, I believe, as we have Poppy, Sivir, and Garen as AD threats.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, sorry. Taking a look at the CS differences. Still a little bit of a lead in the bot lane. But I think they're keeping it relatively even elsewhere across the map, especially in the jungle. I think that's going to be probably the most important because I think we've seen Tupac pretty much out-farm every other jungler he's gone up against. Not only does he like make a presence on the map or make an impact on the map with his presence in lanes, but he also just tends to out-farm everybody. So I think that's going to be really big for Tissue Box to kind of keep... oh, God.
They're doing a lot of damage to him.
Yeah, Tissue Box on the run here as Inviza starts zooming forward, gets blopped in the face by a galaxy or two, and is going to respect that the Star Dragon does not want him to kill the jungler.
I mean, what's nice for blue side here is they have the Poppy to whiff to like stuff a bunch of the engages, and then outside of that you've got a Sivir, so it's gonna be hard to like get picks on him. I think
that's true, but if you look at Shadow Isles, a lot of their engage is like super instant all in, you know? So like if you're caught, you don't always have the time to like if you're caught by Leona, if you're caught by a Malphite ultimate, you don't always have the time to run away if you're Sivir ults, you know? So it's definitely gonna kind of be a game of like good positioning from the blue team.
Well, I think they have a lot of attempts too. Like you've got Hecarim ult, Malphite ult, Leona ult, like
Veigar Sun, yeah, for
Poppy,
sure.
Poppy and Sivir only have one ability each. They can only do so much.
A great game to be Sivir. I mean, like to be able to like cancel out the Malphite ultimate, a Leona
especially
engage.
Since like Predator Poppy is very fast. Aurelion Sol roams really fast. Sivir ult is super good at like moving your team around the map. I think if they're able to get like good macro, that's going to be really clutch.
Yeah, that's very true. That's a good point.
I think it's also nice that I don't know if you guys have been watching the pings specifically, but on the minimap, I'm seeing all sorts of blue side pings anytime anybody is moving around from red side. Leona steps out of lane, there's a blue ping. Veigar steps out of lane, there's a blue ping. Anybody shows on the map where you don't expect them to be, there is a blue ping on the map on top of them.
And it's actually so important too because both teams are, you know, super roam heavy and can kind of get where they need to get. Predator, Veigar, the Hecarim, the Malphite, just being able to insta-ult people, like it's, oh wow, it died.
It was a nice tower dive.
We're seeing Kraken Skulls get picked off there by Tupac had no GA. Tupac had no GA is running down the Sivir as well. Does take all the full damage from the Q, but does not die. Massive kills and a flash down from Hecarim, flash down from Thresh, flash and heal down from Sivir. Lots of things used.
They were taking Voidwalkers were taking old Shelly up top, and Hecarim was like, "No, you don't get to just do whatever you want."
Yeah, I like, always like when you're able to make a play on the other side of the map when something happens, right? That's always good to see.
9 coming down here with the roam. Kraken Skulls, the tissue box is right behind him with Predator. Here comes a huge Galaxy. Healy Skater forced to flash. Leon all comes down. The tissue box going for the dive. Is not able to pick up the Caitlyn as she just skirts out of there. Lots of tower shots coming down, but they are some tanky boys and walk it out.
Man, Poppy dashes right through the Leon ult to connect with the Caitlyn, but doesn't get the damage to finish her off. That feels really bad. As the Poppy
It's Mafia taking a little
really good. That's the Horsemen.
Yeah.
Oh, we should definitely note Shadow Isle's Horsemen have the Shadow Isle Horseman.
Yeah. That's true. That's a good point.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm sad they didn't pick,
yeah, Voidwalkers have no Void champs, so
yeah,
clearly they should lose.
Yeah, for sure. Man, the Hecarim just getting off to a big start, 3-0. And, like I was saying a little bit earlier, he just tends to get super farmed, right? Tupac just gets these crazy leads on the other junglers. 3 levels ahead of the Poppy. 3 levels ahead of the Poppy, 12 minutes in, up 40, 30 CS. And they pick up a dragon, too, so...
Poppy was getting those objectives on the map, but
oh man,
objectives, Hecarim says he gets the kills and he gets the farm.
I've heard a little bit. Oh wow,
a little bit of an engage here over on 9 who's a little bit caught out, takes both the Malphite and the Hecarim ult, and DeWitt's Mafia is also up to 3 kills.
I've heard a little bit about Tupac just from talking to some of the people on his team. I think he really tends to not value the early objectives and instead wants to just kind of get ahead and get strong, because if you do that and you play well enough later on, you're gonna pick up those objectives anyway, so I think he's been known to call dragons. Oh man, a dive here,
a little bit of a dive here. Steve forced a flash forward. The tissue box still picked up.
Yeah, I think a little bit of a dive is an understatement there. That was a lot of a dive.
There was only 3 people under that tower. Unless there's 5, I'm not calling it a huge dive, all right?
Steve maintains his KDA. Will he go deathless on another Leona game? That's the real question.
Has no GA picking up the kill. Just another an advantage for him there.
Also, it's so hard to watch a Hecarim get ahead.
There's another gank.
Is it? I'm having an easy time.
Yeah, I'm having zero difficulty watching this.
If you're the Voidwalkers, you don't have anyone who can just kind of put their dukes up and fight them.
Here comes 9 to sort of get a revenge kill.
That's where Sivir sucks. Sivir cannot deal with that.
Sivir looking to put some damage down. 9 going out of the tower.
Is he gonna get it?
Oh, his orbs. He does manage to pick it up and then picked off by the Q from Caitlyn. Just pulling an abstract right there.
That's 600 Gs.
Yeah, that's a huge play. That's really good to get that shut down.
He's going to get his crown now.
Yeah, he gets a crown off of that gold. That's great. But yeah, you're right. I don't think they really have a great answer for this. Answer for this Hecarim. Yeah, it just looks like it's going to be very difficult to deal with him. I think if the Poppy weren't so far behind, she would be able to kind of to mess with him a little bit, but yeah, I don't know.
Looking at Poppy's inventory in comparison to his right now is very, very sad. It's disheartening.
It sucks. But yeah, like I said, Tupac just does this. He finds the leads in map pressure and kills, and just also out farms you. So that's why I think it's just so scary. I'd be curious to see kind of what they ban, because they I think Tupac plays a lot of champions, especially the strong ones, right? So it's very hard to ban him out.
They probably ban Nunu.
They probably banned because he played that in your game. Yeah, I know he plays Viego. I know I've seen him play some other Graves, you know, some of the strong champions right now. So I'm guessing they targeted him with some bans, and he still was able to find a pick that worked in this situation. So yeah, I mean, he might be the, you know, one of the players that just plays something different every game and still does super well.
Yeah.
Right. So
He just farms, gets his pressure out, ganks, you know, does the jungler stuff. He just kind of goes down the checklist. It doesn't matter what champ it is. Just go down the jungle checklist. Do your job.
And just a note about these teams, I think.
Oof,
Leonel coming down a little early there.
Yeah.
Kraken Skull's looking to hit one of those hooks. He's thinking about it.
Getting some gold back in their pockets, getting a bounty.
Yeah, looks like they'll back off. But yeah, just a note about these teams. I think Shadow Isles comes into this game 3-0. Only one of 2 undefeated teams in the league so far. And then the Voidwalkers, I think they just lost. So they're currently 1-2. So, you know, I think the Voidwalkers right now are playing to kind of stay in that pack of middle, you know, middle pack teams. Still trying to keep their playoff hopes hopeful. And Shadow Isles just kind of keeping up the domination. Looking to stay one of the stronger teams and just kind of show that they, you know, are a contender for the best team in the league.
For sure, and if you're the Bilgewater Powder Monkeys, or perhaps the Ionian, or not the Ionian Blade Dancers, the Ixtal World Breakers here, you're rooting against the Voidwalkers, unfortunately for the Voidwalkers. You know, nothing personal, but for those standings, you're definitely gonna want to see
for sure.
an easier. It's
definitely better if you're one of those middle pack teams. It's definitely better for, you know, to keep everybody.
The bottom pack teams really want more in the bottom pack.
To keep them all in that little,
We got that crab
group
mentality. We're like, no, you don't get to go to the middle. You stay at the fucking bottom with us.
Shadow Isles, you win out, win the rest of your games, and stay. You know.
Win every other game, Shadow Isles Horsemen. You heard it here from the caster's desk.
Especially if you've played them already, you know, like, that's such a huge kind of advantage of, like, if you think you're going to lose to Shadow Isles, or if you've already lost to them, like, you know.
Here comes the Poppy ult, knocking Hecarim clean out of there. He can flash in there and steal that.
Go get it.
Whoa! Oh my god! Threshold to steal the Cap Dragon!
The directed camera does not let us down. It shows us the hook we always wanted to see.
That's insane. I can't believe that just happened. Yeah, I will say I was feeling a little bit uncomfortable that I talked up the Tissue Box's Poppy so much, and it hasn't really gone well for him early on, but yeah, just a great ultimate there. A great ultimate there and a great Q by the Thresh. Did they have vision? Did they have vision on the pit, or was that blind?
They did.
Please tell me that was...
There's a ward in the pit.
Okay,
I don't think there was
a pink
ward that was then taken.
That's insane. I'm so happy that happened.
I mean, I'm surprised that Poppy didn't just flash in to smite. Do you think that's just like the ultimate trust?
Here goes the Hecarim. They're punishing that Thresh. Thresh knows what he fucking did. Kill that guy. Everybody in on him.
Is he gonna die though?
No,
Sivir hasn't even popped ult. Yeah, Sivir popped ult. Go back.
He's 3-1. 4-1 if you count the dragon.
Aurelion Sol coming in with a huge stun. Oh my god.
Winning.
Oh, and Joe runs down the Diamond Jungler, killing him. Oh my god, it's 3 for none.
What just happened?
Oh my god.
Thresh just goes big again. He's like,
no.
that was all Thresh.
This is tragic. DJ Steve's KDA.
Damn.
That
Thresh
sucks.
sends his regards to DJ
Thresh.
Steve's KDA.
Thresh again. Yeah, I mean, I think it's insane that like that Poppy didn't flash in for the steal there, right? It was just Thresh that stole it. I was processing that when you said it.
Why are we talking about that instead of the fight that just happened?
I'm just thinking about it, you know, like when you said that, and I was like, yeah, you're right. Like she didn't even flash in.
Did she just like did Thresh just say, "Hey, don't worry,
Thresh said, I got this." Yeah, that's true.
Kraken Skull says, "No risk, no reward." Takes it.
That Aurelion Sol stun was massive for that fight, right? It was already kind of going okay. I think they were turning it a little bit on the Hecarim there, but as soon as that Aurelion Sol stun came in, it was massive. It stunned everybody. And yeah, that just kind of sealed the fight for them there. That's great. That's great to kind of get them back into the game. Anything that gives Poppy a little bit of an in into this game, right?
With all the bounties they got, winning a team fight, getting that Drake, all of that, like the gold gap is within 1,000. Like
only 1.2k now.
I think that's also the second time tonight that we've seen the entire team blow ultimates on the support just for him to survive, kill their entire team. And there's the kill on the Kraken Skulls. He dies first. 9 Rain's coming up next here. It looks like he flashes out the Sivir. Caitlyn, and somebody actually blocks for this mid laner.
He didn't know it too. He's on
in
yet.
the back line.
He
He
didn't
gets
trust
picked
his
up by
team.
Abstract.
Not a huge ult by the Caitlyn. Not a
Abstract
huge
was
one.
like, I'm the only one who gets to have a huge Caitlyn ult kill. He steps in front of it. Nobody else is allowed to take his thunder, and he is still the Caitlyn king.
I mean, all things considered, that fight didn't go that badly. For the
No, they traded 1 for
Voidwalkers.
1, right?
Yeah.
1 for 1.
They lost 2.
Oh wait, 2,
They got
2, yeah.
2 for
Thresh and
1.
Poppy.
Yep.
Oh no.
And
but
you know, it was a big dive.
Garen has ultimate. Garen has ultimate.
Garen's about to butcher the Diamond Jungler a second time. The last
pinned.
overall pick is just crushing this.
Oh my
Malphite doesn't
gosh.
pop ult. He doesn't want to pop the ult on him.
The last overall pick just killed the highest ranked player in the league.
Twice.
Twice.
Both of his kills are on that Hecarim.
Wow, that's
God.
insane.
So what you're saying is Hecarim is feeding.
That is exactly what I'm saying. This is a jungle diff game. Joe is going to carry everyone to victory.
Wow, this is such an exciting game. Oh my gosh. Yeah, looking at some of these, the gold is still pretty even, and I will say the laning
Here comes Nyren.
CS numbers. Oh
He
wow.
fights Steve. He was looking for
Oh,
Invisa.
this is the stun.
Steve
The
says
ult
no,
was
but Abstract says yes, and Steve says no.
They're gonna re-engage maybe with the
They're thinking
Hecarim.
about it. Tupac's coming up. He misses a hook. Everybody saw that's the second hook he missed.
Ever.
Can you toggle the gold? Thank you. Yeah,
You know,
we're
we're seeing a
I mean,
big disparity in jungle. Everywhere
really
else.
nice
Yeah.
disparity in mid too. Like
Yeah.
mid is super ahead.
And we're
for the
about
Voidwalkers.
we're up 1,000 on D-Wits too, which is surprising considering Zergrush Joe got 2 kills onto the super fed Hecarim there.
Yeah, that's definitely the CS difference coming in.
Well, it's a
there.
CS difference, and the bounties had gone to Aurelion Soul, so I don't think he ever killed Hecarim. Who had
When
a
he was on
bounty.
a shutdown. Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
A little bit of Tupac
is
said, "I
scary.
might think about it, Mr. Joe."
Yeah, Joe
I
wanted his
saw what
third one. He wanted his third
Joe
one.
was like, "I don't care who you are, I'll cut you in half."
Oh man, that's true.
Joe's opening up a glue factory with Tupac's name on it.
Tupac had no GA, and
holy
now
moly.
Tupac is glue. Invisa blows up Zergrush Joe and the tissue box with his massive Vygar Ball. Abstract looking to steal this
No,
dragon
don't
with a
tell
big
me.
Sivir Q.
Don't
He's
tell
gonna.
me, please.
He's got it. Here it comes. Red Team
God.
spikes it
Yeah,
away.
I mean, a really good Popule gets 2 out of that fight, but the Vygar cage was just perfect, and Aurelion Soul was not quite there yet. So
They're transitioning
actually
towards
do
the Baron
much.
here.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, that's. I was kind of hoping it would happen, but yeah, two dragons apiece, and only because the Thresh was able to steal that one.
The Thresh said, "I'm the only one that gets to collect souls, and Dragon Soul counts."
Maybe
well,
looking
they're
for a
not pulling
hook.
the trigger on the Baron. They thought maybe they could collapse on the Aurelion Soul, but he's just too quick, slithering away.
Yeah, I wonder
He's
how.
always a full galaxy apart from everybody else.
I wonder
That's true.
how Chemdrake map affects this.
A little bit of a bushwookie here. Abstract gets really
Not dead
focused
yet,
out.
okay.
He blows up, and Visa is on a rampage. Flashes back into a better position. Zergrush Joe in the middle of everybody. DJ Steve moving in on 9 Rain.
Malphite's coming in.
Zergrush Joe gets
Malphite's
killed
coming
on
in,
Steve.
but doesn't have
Malphite's in the
ultimate.
back line, bullying Poppy. Poppy knocks him away. Thresh grabbing a carry. They're
my
gonna bully
God.
him. Caitlyn down, and Kraken Skulls is looking for another hook.
So
They're
the
doing
Abstract
a
gets
lot.
picked, but they win the fight anyway.
Yep,
I
2
mean,
for 1 there in favor of the Voidwalkers.
I gotta say, like, it looks like Shadow Eyes should be winning like all these fights. You know,
Yeah.
like it looks good for them, and with the gold lead, but I don't know. Like Voidwalkers are just kind of they're scrapping well. You know, they're
Voidwalkers are just like pulling damage out of thin air. It feels like Sivir's dead. They don't have like Garen, Poppy, Thresh.
To be
that-
fair,
that-
well, to be
then
fair,
Aurelion
Garen,
Soul just chugga, just fucking rains down meteors.
to be fair, pulling damage out of thin air is literally what Garen does with his ultimate. You know what I mean? Like it's you can be super far behind and it's still an execute percentage missing health, right? So it's like He's still going to be able to kill people if they get low enough, which is really good for them. Only Veigar on the shutdown. Veigar 4-0.
Bad for the Horsemen.
Yeah, Veigar 4-0 ever since he got picked in the since getting picked in the jungle level 1. So it's been a pretty good game for him so far. He's got 2 items down already, and even still, you know, he's doing well, but even still a little bit behind to the Aurelion Soul. Actually,
it does feel like the fights where they're doing well is because the Voidwalkers
another
just kind
big
of sitting
fight.
on top of each other.
Kraken Skull's taking a lot of damage, has to flash out. Tupac has no GA, taking a lot of damage from Abstract. Poppy ready to knock somebody out. DJ is thrown all the way across the map. DeWitt's Mafia picking up the back line with a massive Malphite ult. And they are running in on DepressionMain, who has to flash out. Doesn't get away all the way. Invisa picks up that one 3-0 in favor of the Shadow Isles Horsemen.
It's got to be Baron.
And they are already on their way up towards it.
Yeah, that started out pretty decent. Or sorry, excuse me. After those 2 kills, it kind of looked like maybe they were going to be able to trade for the Hecarim or you know, get a return kill, but they just didn't have the damage to kind of finish it out. A little bit unfortunate, I think, that Hecarim is the jungler here for the Shadow Isles, just because. Oh man,
Joe going.
Joe doesn't give a fuck about your diamond status. Cut him in half again.
That's all his kills.
Oh my god. Hey man, maybe they can fight here.
They do pick up the Baron on side
yeah.
of the Shadow Isle Horsemen. 9Rain's looking to pick off somebody. Invisa's out of here. DJ Steve and Healy Skater are looking for something. Abstract here to push him off.
Oh god. Yeah, so I think what was I even saying? I don't know. A little bit unfortunate for
the fight before that.
Well, no, not the fight before that. I don't want to go back that far, but unfortunate that you know, 9Rain getting strong on the Aurelion Soul here. The slows don't really. I mean, Hecarim doesn't really care about that much, right? Like he just ults through any sort of Rylai's slows that Aurelion Soul has. And with him being able to build up a bunch of, oh my god, he has a Force of Nature. I've been praying for somebody to build it, and somebody finally did. Yeah, Aurelion Soul's not really going to be able to do much on the, you know, to the Hecarim. But it doesn't matter. They have a Garen.
It kind of feels weird because the solution is, okay, well, Poppy needs to stop the Hecarim from getting in. But if they're stacked up, they lose the fight harder. Because the Wombo with Hecarim ult, Malphite ult, Veigar Cage, Leona ult, like, the fights end really, really fast when they're stacked up together on those things. It's when the fights are like nice and really spread out, and that the Voidwalkers.
Here comes a little engage here. Detention box coming in. Tupac had no
There's that Wombo.
Here comes Garen. Garen's looking for something. DeWitt's Mafia's in the back line. Kraken Skull's moving back further into the fight. Just gets blown up. Joe unable to cut Tupac in half this time. The wallet is just a little too thick. Invisa unable to pick up the tissue box and Abstract. And it looks like they're going to fight to save this tower.
I love how locked in Garen is to the Hecarim.
He's got 4 kills, all 4 of those go on to the horse.
He knows what his job is.
Horse.
The start of the fight just running straight into the Hecarim there. And
I think if you're Joe's team, you just let him, because that is a huge trade. You know, Garen's not ahead in gold, but he is able to kill the Hecarim that is. That is a massive 1-for-1 for them.
I mean, even with Joe being able to run into the team and do things, like, even if the Wombo is not killing the Voidwalkers outright, it is stopping them from being able to move around for so long that the Horsemen can just re-engage whenever they want.
Yeah, I think they definitely want like a disconnected fight, you know, to make
the Voidwalkers do, yeah.
Yeah, for sure, because it's like
a little bit of scrapping here between the 2 diamond level junglers. A little bit of respect being shown.
It gets harder and harder the further ahead this Veigar gets, too.
Yep.
Yeah, the later the game goes, the farther ahead Veigar is allowed to be. And
I also think, you know, Garen built the Hull Breaker, and he hasn't spent too much time side laning by himself. I think, you know, they've kind of been in fights together for the past couple of minutes, so we'll see if maybe he gets some use out of that now. I do think he could maybe take on the Veigar in the side lane for sure, if he wanted to, so we'll see what ends up happening there. But looks like they're just getting some.
Looks like Abstract might be a little caught here. Does manage to block the knockback and no longer cares about Tupac.
He looked so cool there, just walking right on by as he blocks it and just keeps on walking.
I think Abstract is definitely going to be the bad boy of bot lane. He does the huge Caitlyn ult. He doesn't even look. You know, he walks away from Hecarim. You know, doesn't matter how fed he is.
You gotta fade away everything.
Fade away everything. Abstract does not look at explosions.
An important thing too to note here is this is a real test of, I think, the Pentakill League for most teams is when you hit this point where, you know, the game's not out of reach at all, but you're so... Oh, man.
Oh,
here we go.
Big 9 rain. Here we go.
A nice perpendicular stun.
The double spin.
Predatoring out towards Kraken Skulls. He's not going to find any sanction there. Does manage to kill Joe. Incoming, lots of damage. Kill goes over to 9 rain.
He guaranteed 1,000 gold.
He guaranteed the Garen, you know, just as soon as he gets low health, executes him.
Yeah, you said
Tissuebox looking for Healy Skater now that he knows that he is trapped between him and the jungler. Does manage to kill him and is going to trade that over, I think. Well, he's healing a lot over there. Trades coming down in the mid lane here too. What is the Tissuebox doing? He's just delaying. Lots of fighting. Wow. Kraken Skulls and 9 rain versus DJ Steve and D-Wit's Mafia. DJ Steve taking a hook to the face.
Yeah, and those two members of that
much
team
is
are
happening
so
now.
Tanky,
yeah. Anyway, so you're like, okay, maybe Garen can side lane against Veigar. Nope. Even with 3 people, Veigar still trades.
To be fair, it went a little bit. What I love that visual, by the way, there where Veigar stunned both the Garen and the Aurelion Soul, and they were both just spinning, standing still. You know, like with the stars and with Garen's spin.
Yeah,
it's just
it was
so
very
hard, man. It's just so hard to make anything happen against this team when they get ahead, right? Like they play it so well. They know where they need to be on the map, and double Force of Nature coming in here, which I think is such a smart move. Abstract is
I'll
not
have you
weak.
know that the Aurelion Soul now has 5 stacks on his Dark Seal. The game is going now.
It's wide open. It's anybody's game.
Sure. But yeah, I definitely think the Aurelion Soul is the one doing the most of the damage.
Comes a little skirmish
in those fights. So
they're getting kind of pinched.
I'm glad they went for the Force of Nature there for sure.
TPN from Zergraj Joe. He did not want to leave his team hanging out to dry.
I do want to, and he was ready.
I do want to say this. Never mind. I don't want to say
have to run up.
Oh, here comes some counterpick here. D-Wit's Mafia blows up Abstract. 9 rain's trying to deal with Tupac.
Oh man.
Big Aurelion Soul out there. Tupac flashes out. Zergrush Joe's looking for it. He flashes. He's still going for it.
He's hungry.
Of course, Zergrush Joe's going for it. I mean, it takes so long to kill anybody on these 2 teams aside from like Kate and Sivir. That's it. That's
Healy Skater ults Kraken Skulls. Kraken Skulls does not die. No collector on the Caitlyn.
That should be Baron.
Okay, what I was going to say is that this part of the game, maybe 4 minutes ago, is so important for when teams are behind. I think in this league, teams tend to like get behind and just stay behind because they keep on dying. So I was kind of hoping...
10 seconds on Poppy and on Chemtech
Zergrush Joe wants it. Zergrush Joe's going for it. Zergrush Joe is dead. 9 rain's going for it. 9 rain is stunned. DJ Steve all over him. Invisa all over him. The flash out dodges the wall. Is damage coming down from 9 rain onto DJ Steve. They back off.
Maybe you can slow them down and Poppy can run to Chemsoul, but I don't think they have it in them.
Yeah. I was hoping maybe they would go for a
go straight for it.
Try to maybe take the dragon while they're doing the
sneaking around.
No,
he's sneaking around
All right,
over there.
We just need.
They know he's there.
We just need another Thresh Hook steal.
Invisa does end up getting away from that just barely. And here goes Abstract. 9 rain, big galaxy, slaps into DJ Steve. Blows him up. He's resurrecting with the Chem Soul. He's a zombie. 9 rain goes down. Tupac has no GA. Runs at him. Kraken Skull's trying to buy some time for Abstract. Kraken Skull's blown up by the force of 1,000 suns.
And at this point, the snowball has gotten very, very large.
Yeah.
So large, in fact, that Some may call it insurmountable.
I mean, hey, 9-Rain on the Aurelion Soul still doing a lot of damage, right? Like, it still looks, maybe not to
he
the
is
people that have
doing
the Force
damage,
Initiates,
but 10k gold lead now. They've got the they've got the Chemtech Soul. They've got Baron.
Yeah. And it's sad that the game kind of got out of hand for
Zergros Joe trying to cut that horse in half yet again.
For Zergros Joe.
Hey, they're not going down without a fight.
Because he could have maybe side lane, with that Hullbreaker. He could have maybe made some things happen, but just kind of didn't get it.
I mean, there's just constant fighting.
Yeah, just.
I don't know. For Zergros Joe, 4 kills onto a diamond level jungler is not nothing.
That's true. That's
it's
true.
4.
That is 4 kills, all of which went onto that Hecarim.
And also, like, the Hecarim was substantially ahead of him the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, it was always...
It was.
None of those were easy... I mean, maybe mechanically easy kills, right?
Maybe a pick on the Sivir?
But...
That is some big damage coming down from 9-Rain. Healy Skater is going to resurrect and just gives it right back to him. Q misses, ult, and 9-Rain goes down 1 for 1 there.
Hey, they're not rolling over. They're still making moves. They're still making plays.
Zergros Joe running at that horse. He's got Kraken Skulls behind him. And he gets away.
That's a quick horsey.
The classic LMAO Chemdrake coming out from 9-Rain. I've gotta agree. It's really hard to play into, right?
It is only an 89% win rate right now. Invisa taking a lot of damage, but does not die to the Poppy ult. You cannot execute people with that ult.
Come on, Joe.
Joe's going for it. No flash available to him for a little while. Invisa just going to pop that wall and get out of there.
I mean, at this point, it's like you're waiting for the Horsemen to just push in and win, but it's still not happening.
I mean, I think 9-Rain's doing a good job prolonging the game by finding picks around the map. So I think that's probably why they haven't just kind of gone in as 5 yet.
Yeah, their sieging is pretty bad if Caitlyn's dead.
Meh, yeah.
They have to tower dive. Like, they have to dive to...
I think 9-Rain's, killed like 2 people and just kind of messed with their tempo a little bit. But yeah, I definitely think it's... If they wanted to just kind of group up as 5 and run into the base, they could definitely do that. But yeah, we'll see how the next few minutes goes. I mean, I think they're certainly happy to still be in the game.
Yeah. Hey, if you're Voidwalkers right now, you're like, all right, we gave him Soul. We're getting Elder on the map as fast as possible. All right?
Yeah, for sure.
All we need to do is Thresh Hook the Elder.
If the Thresh Hook steals Elder, they definitely have a chance, for sure.
If Thresh Hook steals the Elder, they win in my heart, and we're going to chalk it up to they won as casters. I think we'll all agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If that's what happens, the MVP today will definitely be the fans.
If anything else happens, I'm going to be disappointed. I'll say it now. My hopes are that is locked in. I need to see Thresh securing Elder with a hook.
By the way, I'll say this too. It might kind of look like the Horsemen aren't ending the game that they can end, but I think they're just playing it smart. They're just waiting for these objectives to come up to kind of force the other team. It'll force the other team to respond, right? Like,
I definitely think
they could just do it, but if they want to be smart,
I agree with you because I think that there's often a thing where, like, when you're in the game and you're in these fights, you have a different perspective, and they've had enough hard fights where Aurelion Soul's doing so much damage that it's scary to take them.
4 on 3, teleport coming in for Vigar. Lots of damage on a DJ Steve here.
They don't win that fast.
He does have to flash out.
I mean, it was a
Aurelion Soul dies. Kraken Skull trying to find somebody. The Tissue Box still alive. So tanky. Malphite denying the Thresh Lantern. The Tissue Box trying to buy space for it, but is unable to. Tupac had no GA backing off. Garen is on his way to the fight right now, looking for that horse. He's
Garen
running back.
actually 1v1s the Caitlyn down there in the bot lane.
And Kraken Skull's looking for the tower damage.
No way.
Poppy running at him. Predator active. He's fast. He's looking for it. He doesn't get it.
Oh god.
The game is still not over, but I think that's kind of what we're talking about.
And there goes Kraken Skulls.
They do need to be a little careful with how they engage fights, and they know it.
Yeah,
like, they can't just take any fight willy-nilly and just expect to win. They're not that far ahead.
And they're a very good macro team, right? Like Tupac and Visa, I think the primary shot callers definitely know what they're doing here. They definitely know that if they just wait for these objectives to come up and they don't do anything like super risky, there's not really a lot the Voidwalkers can kind of do to contest them unless they're just straight up walking into the objectives, you know, without any vision really. So
Yeah.
I will say I would like to see a little bit more vision maybe coming out from DJ Steve here on the objectives that are about to come up. Oh wow!
Trying to try to get a pick.
Okay, cool.
Okay, force the Hecarim ult out.
Yeah.
There's 20 seconds on Elder right now.
That is going to be big for this Elder fight here. Looks like Tupac grabbing some vision on the Baron. Everybody else, a couple of pings coming down on the Elder Dragon.
I think everyone abandons Baron here. Elder is the name of the game. They're going to try to fight.
Zergrush Joe a little bit caught into everybody, but DJ Steve taking a lot of damage. Tupac taking a lot of damage too. D-Wit's trying to alleviate that by blowing up Abstract. Zergrush Joe in the backline does manage to get picked up by looks like Invisa picks that up. Big Healy Skater coming in here, positioned very well for this fight, and is able to clean up by finishing off the Poppy and only losing DJ Steve. What a terrible loss for his KDA.
They're going to run it down and get the game.
It looks like they're just going to end the game here. But I find it interesting that they called GG like 2 minutes ago when, you know, whatever that fight was happening in base.
Yeah.
But yeah, looks like that's going to be it. What do you guys think?
Pretty clean game. I mean, obviously Hecarim MVP, I think.
Yeah. I also want to say...
I don't know. D-Wit's coming in big.
Invisa did really, really well, but it's more of, you know, just being the force that he was needed to be. He wasn't needed to be like super active going forward and making the things.
Yeah.
He just needed to just not die and then do his job as Vhagar. Whereas Hecarim's job was a little riskier. And they both executed their jobs, but I think Hecarim is
everyone across the board there, I think, on Shadow Isles doing a really good job at team fighting. I think they played the fights well. I will say Aurelion Sol on Voidwalkers just kept the game kind of in check early, and then later on, you know, kept their chances alive. Also, you know, Zergrush Joe getting those random kills on Tupac definitely kept them in the game. You know, longer than they should have been if that didn't happen, right?
Yep. They put up a good fight, and it was a 41-minute game. It's not like they definitely did not roll over, and they were in contention, and the game was there until that Baron Soul. It was pretty close.
Yeah, I think the Shadow Isle's longest game so far. So the Shadow Isle Horsemen move up to 4-0 on the season, and the Voidwalkers drop to 1-3, I believe. Anything else? Any last thoughts? Cool. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I think we've got another game coming right up, so we'll be on that shortly. Thanks for watching, guys. GGs.
GGs, everybody.
GGs.